Or does Scientology so afraid of?
This is SPTV. Welcome back, everybody, for a little bit more SPTV, where, as I always like to say, every day is a good day not to be in a cult. Guys, last week, let's see, what is today? Today is Saturday. Yes, last week we discussed something that happened in the Danny Masterson case, where the judge held an evidentiary hearing to find out who on Danny Masterson's defense team leaked the redacted and protected discovery file to Scientology's attorneys in the civil case that is pending against Scientology, David Miscavige, Danny Masterson, the case that was brought by a number of Danny Masterson's victims. And that civil case is not about the same subject of the criminal case. It's actually about the harassment and stalking and intimidation that some of Danny Masterson's victims have been subjected to by Scientology since coming forward to the authorities 4 to 6 years ago. I always forget which one it is. So you have two things going on. You had the criminal case going on. The civil case had been put on hold pending the outcome of the criminal case. And it was revealed during the course of this second trial that Scientology's attorney and professional bridge dweller, Vicky Podboreski, had come into possession of this protected discovery file. And this was against direct orders from Judge Almeida. And so she held this hearing. Now, some people asked why. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on. The videos that I did this last week covering the results of the hearing focused on the rulings specifically with respect to the attorneys and who did the leaking. I did not actually cover what Judge Almeida said about Scientology itself, and that's what we're going to cover in this video. But before we do that, let me do my duty and share with you some information about the #1 sponsor of SPTV, which is Ridge. Let me show you guys this 30-second integration I have recorded for Ridge. Watch this with me. The #1 sponsor of SPTV is Ridge. And this Father's Day, Ridge has made finding the perfect Father's Day gift a whole lot easier. Check out Ridge's low-profile wallets and their key cases at ridge.com/AA run. The Ridge wallet holds up to 12 cards, very easy to pop them in and out. And the key case keeps my keys from scratching my phone's screen in my pocket. People ask me all the time how they can support the channel. One of the ways to do that is by supporting our sponsors. So find the perfect Father's Day gift now using my link, ridge.com/AA run, and save up to 40% off through June 15th. That's ridge.com/AA run. Well, there you go. And actually, I wanted to add a quick little mention. For the last many months, I've been using the carbon fiber version of Ridge's low-profile wallets. And what they came out with just before, for the Father's Day sale is these new, for the first time, they have leather options. Now, I'm a big fan of leather. And also, personally, I found that the soft leather cash strap on the back of these leather wallets, for me, was preferable to the hard metal cash strap on the back of the carbon fiber wallet. So the leather one is my my daily wallet now. So highly recommend those. Okay, so let's get right to it. I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you the language. This is directly from Judge Almeida's ruling. This is this is her written ruling, and let's just take a look at this. It's not very long, but it's worth sharing. Highlight this. The court finds that the Church of Scientology International, by and through its attorney, Vicky Podboreski, was aware of all this court's rulings, findings, and orders. Vicky Podboreski has had a long-standing order for transcripts of all court proceedings in the instant case since this matter has been assigned to this court. In addition, numerous attorneys from Vicky Podboreski's law firm have been attending almost all of the court proceedings in the above captioned case. And by the way, the purpose of that statement was just that Scientology nor Vicky can claim to have any to be ignorant of the rulings the court had made previously that the discovery file was not to be shared with anyone in the civil case. Okay. The court finds that the Church of Scientology International, by and through its attorney, Vicky Podboreski, has attempted to involve itself in the criminal proceedings before this court and the retrial in the above captioned case by filing pleadings in the criminal case to which it has no standing, and by making complaints that it should have more appropriately made months earlier but certainly not in the middle of the retrial. Detective Miape, otherwise known as Detective Reyes, was scheduled to testify just days after the Church of Scientology International's attorney met with Chief Moore, that's the chief of the LAPD chief of police, to lodge complaints about the detective. This court further finds that the timing of this complaint, based on the long delay of time between Detective Miape's testimony in the first trial and when the complaint was actually made while the retrial was in progress, was calculated. However, this court further finds that the Church of Scientology International's complaint had no impact on the progress of the retrial, nor impact on the testimony in the retrial, and further that the second jury was unaware of these actions. Okay. Oh boy. Getting a little careless. Okay. The court further finds that while the retrial was in progress, the Church of Scientology International, by and through its attorney, Vicky Podboreski, also filed a complaint against the trial deputy district attorneys, Reinhold Mueller and Ariel Anson, for claims that have no legal basis and are in fact contradictory to this court's actual evidentiary orders. Vicky Podboreski, in her email complaint to district attorney supervisors, complained that the trial deputies were putting forth testimony regarding harassment and stalking, the subject matter of the related civil suit, which they knew to be false, pursuant to the court's orders of October 4th, 2022 and March 28th, 2023, as well as the express admonitions given by the court to both juries during the first trial and the retrial. Testimony about harassment and stalking was not received for the truth of the matter asserted, but rather to judge the credibility of the witnesses and to evaluate their state of mind. Thus, the truth or falsity of those claims was legally irrelevant for the purpose for which the testimony was admitted. This ruling was made by the court and known and available to not only all counsel, but the general public at large. This ruling is also premised on basic principles of statutory authority and evidentiary case law. Thus, this court further finds that the Church of Scientology International's complaint to the district attorney supervisors made against the trial deputies while the retrial was in progress was demonstrably false. Amazing. However, this court further finds that the Church of Scientology International's complaint had no impact on the progress of the retrial, nor any impact on the testimony in the retrial, and further, that the second jury was unaware of these actions. Accordingly, this court orders, to wit, attorneys Thomas Mesereau and Sharon Applebaum to jointly and severally pay monetary sanctions pursuant to Code of Civil Procedure, sections 177 and 177.5, for violating lawful court orders regarding the sharing of criminal discovery with a party to the related civil action. The Church of Scientology International, sorry guys, my highlight game is not good today. The Church of Scientology International and its attorney, Vicky Podboreski, in the sum of $950. This court finds no violation of its orders by attorneys Sean Hawley, Philip Cohen, and Karen Goldstein. Okay, now it gets interesting. We only have a few more paragraphs to go, but some of this stuff is the real juicy stuff. The court further finds that neither the Church of Scientology International nor its attorney, Vicky Podboreski, are parties in the instant case. As such, the court does not have jurisdiction over them. However, as described above and at the request of the people in the state of California, the court has set forth its findings of occurrences and actions taken by non-party, the Church of Scientology International, by and through its attorney of record in the instant case, Vicky Podboreski, during the course and progress of the retrial in the above captioned case. As set forth above, the Church of Scientology International is a party to the aforementioned related civil case, and through its attorney, Vicky Podboreski, possessed the criminal discovery related to the victim's claims of stalking and harassment, which is the subject of the civil case. It appears that this possession of criminal discovery may assist the civil defense preparation or litigation, despite the fact that such sharing of documents was in direct contravention to this court's repeated orders and directives. Whatever the reason, the Church of Scientology International's possession of these documents by and through its attorney, Vicky Podboreski, resulted from a violation of this court's order. Okay, and this last part is what I thought was particularly juicy and does answer the question why Vicky Podboreski herself was not sanctioned by the criminal trial judge. This next paragraph answers that question. This court specifically leaves for the This court specifically leaves for the trial court presiding over the pending related civil matter the determination of the impact or effect on the civil litigation and parties, and in accordance with that finding, the further determination of any remedies and or the imposition of any sanctions regarding the civil attorneys or civil parties as deemed appropriate by that court. Bada bing. So basically, this is Judge Almeida saying, I only have jurisdiction over this case and the criminal defense attorneys representing their client in this instant case. I do not have jurisdiction over the Church of Scientology or over Vicky Podboreski or over the civil action pending against them. I got nothing to do with that. However, she does seem to expect that the judge overseeing the civil case against Scientology, David Miscavige, Danny Masterson, will have his or her own opinions regarding sanctions or penalties to be imposed on the Church of Scientology and their attorney, Vicky Podboreski. By the way, one question that has been coming up a lot is, what is Scientology going to do to Danny Masterson now that he's been sent to prison? Is he going to be declared a suppressive person? Is he going to be expelled from Scientology? Are his family members going to be declared some sort of PTS or a suppressive person? Are they going to be expelled? Are they going to leave? One of the reasons that Scientology has to continue to play nice with the Mastersons is the fact that there are these two other pending actions, and more to come, you guys, by the way, more to come. The two current pending actions that Scientology needs to keep Danny Masterson on their side for is the grand jury investigation that is still presently ongoing regarding obstruction of justice in the criminal matter regarding Danny Masterson. That grand jury investigation is specifically looking into obstruction of justice by David Miscavige, the Church of Scientology, and Danny Masterson. Scientology needs Danny Masterson on its side until that issue is resolved, and also until the civil matter is resolved. Danny Masterson could, if Scientology doesn't keep him on their side for now, totally just out of pure spite, because what else does Danny Masterson have to lose at this point? He's going to spend probably the rest of his life in prison. He could, just for the shits and the giggles, just for the lulz, turn on Scientology and throw them under the bus in the obstruction of justice matter and in the civil suit harassment, in the civil lawsuit regarding the stalking and intimidation and harassment. Danny Masterson, just for the lulz, could just throw Scientology under the bus in both of those issues, and the other members of the Masterson clan, of which there's about 16,000 of them. I've said repeatedly that the Masterson family comprises about half of all Scientologists in the greater Los Angeles area. I'm kidding. So anyway, that's just one other reason that people should keep in mind that Scientology has an incentive to keep Danny Masterson and the Masterson clan on their side, at least for the time being. Now, if I were Danny Masterson or a member of the Masterson clan, I would read the tea leaves and see what's going to happen and realize, do you really want to be protecting Scientology at this point? You've already lost pretty much everything you have to lose right now. Why continue to carry Scientology's water for them? Maybe cooperate and deal some damage where damage deserves to be dealt. All right, everyone, that's all I have on this. Let me jump over real quick and just see a few super chats here, and then we'll wrap it up. Bread. Hey, Aaron, you've mentioned that a Scientologist boyfriend assaulted you in a bar on a previous live stream. Can you tell that story? What happened? I have already told that story. It is in a video that I've uploaded to my channel. I believe the name of the video is Scientologist Exposes My Crimes on TikTok. And you can look that up and see that there. Thank you, Bread. Kira Winfield, thank you for the super sticker. And Evelyn Lee Barney, I love the smell of disbarment in the afternoon. Love it. All right, guys, stay tuned. Much more to come today and the rest of the weekend and even next week. So hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Thank you to everybody who watches until the very end, and I'll talk to you soon.
Okay, if you want to see my rock and roll songs, click right on this guitar. And if you want to see a different one of my videos, then you could click right inside here. If you have subscribed or not, subscribe right